right. Welcome to this week's Culture Report. It's so nice to be back in our studio. I've missed it so much, Laura.
Me too, Jamal. Welcome back.
Thank you. Last week, we were out of studio. We did our special on Elijah McClain about the trial that's been going on right now. And we got some insight from 9 News anchor Alexandra Lewis, who's been covering it from the start. We also got our legal analyst, Whitney Traylor, to join in. So if you haven't seen it, I really suggest you do.
Very powerful conversation.
Very powerful. And it was about 2 weeks ago when we spoke to Dr. Ishai about the war that's going on between Hamas and Israel. So we talked about that back on October 12th. Since then, 4,000 more lives have been lost across Israel and Palestine. So at least 5,000 out of the nearly 7,000 casualties are Palestinian. Aid agencies in Gaza say at least 2,000 deaths are among children. So Israel's defense minister says they're preparing to strengthen their forces against Hamas, taking them on from the air, ground, and sea. Right now, over 2 million people are trapped inside Gaza.
Right now, there is a dire need for humanitarian aid across Gaza. Over 48 trucks entered Gaza over the past week. The biggest need is fuel. Without it, they won't have access to clean water and won't be able to power their hospitals. But Israeli officials say no fuel is allowed into Gaza because it could be stolen by Hamas.
Yes, and when I think about this, at least, it's like, all I can think about is like, it sucks. Because like we said, most of those casualties, like almost 7,000 people that we know of have been confirmed dead across Israel and Gaza. So it's like, just thinking about those people, you want to help the innocent people that are involved, especially since a lot of them are children. You're like, what can I do to help? And I know last week we talked about, 2 weeks ago, we talked about resources and ways you could help. And right now, I don't know that monetary donations are getting very far right now. Like you said, they need fuel, they need things that, like, those
Absolutely.
resources.
And then that's why it's important for people to do the research, like where you're donating money. It breaks my heart too when I hear stories, of all these kids, all these innocent people that are, in the middle of all of it. Mm-hmm. And so I think paying attention really to like everything that we're reading and informing ourselves before like we follow and start sharing, things that might fuel violence or against any of these groups here in the States.
Yeah, and this war is fueling hateful rhetoric right now and attacks around the world. Just 2 weeks ago, a 6-year-old Palestinian American boy in Illinois was stabbed to death by a family's landlord because he was Muslim. There have also been several synagogues targeted by anti-Semitic vandals.
Experts say one thing to keep in mind is hate crimes don't just happen. It often starts with dangerous rhetoric. The director of the Center for Media, Religion, and Culture at CU Boulder says the way people are responding to the war in Israel and Gaza is often problematic, especially when it comes to politicians. He says he's seen a lot of them spread rumors without actually fact-checking. And he's also seen politicians spread ideas rooted in hate. And Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling is once again under fire after more controversial comments about the trans community. She shared a photo on X that read, "Repeat after us. Trans women are women," and responded with a resounding no. One user commented, "A vote Labor get a 2-year stretch." 2-year stretch, referring to the Labor Party, which is pushing for a law that could make gender identity attacks punishable by up to 2 years in prison. In response, Rowling said she would happily do 2 years.
I don't know. Is it when you reach a certain level of success, you're not really worried about backlash anymore? Okay.
I know. This is why I always say don't root your heroes, because I know a lot of people find comfort in a lot of these kid stories.
Literally, when I'm stressed, I put on Harry Potter because I'm not me right now. I am a student at Hogwarts. I'm minding my business, chilling with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. That is what I do. So it sucks because I don't.
Do you think you'll be able to separate them though, Jamal? I know
I have been, sadly. I know I don't want to keep putting more money in her pocket, but
I know it's hard, but it's also important to highlight that she's made comments like this in the past that have been described as transphobic. But some of the actors, like Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Eddie
Redmayne,
they've all made their stance on supporting the trans community very clear. So maybe that'll help people separate a little bit of the the author from the actual like stories.
Right. And like some people, and she was saying like, oh yeah, I'll go to jail if it means basically saying like if I'm defending my free speech or whatever. Basically she's like, I can misgender you if I want to misgender you, which I mean, she's not wrong. Do I think it's harmful? Do I think it's wrong? Absolutely. But I mean, if that's what she wants to do with her life, if she wants to keep, it's hateful.
Yeah.
It's hateful. If
And
she wants to spread hate, then that's very unfortunate, and I hate to see it, and I don't want to support her. But I guess she's well within her right to. That
I just don't get what it takes away from like you as a woman for somebody to say that, or as a trans man saying he's a man. I don't know that takes any away from your masculinity or my femininity.
Yeah, and I see. I've seen her say like they're trying to replace us. Like you aren't biologically. Yes, I mean I get that, and I personally don't know any trans women who are trying to say that they're better than or one up or, like replace them as women. They're just saying like, oh, I also identify as a woman, and I just want to be treated as such. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, she's lost cause. I don't know. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. Everybody can be redeemed. Do I see it in her future? No. But anyway, this week we wanted to try something new to help highlight people moving the needle within the culture. That could be through art, activism, general good deeds, the whole lot. And it could be anyone, business owners, celebrities, even you. So today our very first Culture Spotlight goes to Troye Sivan for his album Something to Give Each Other. So he made his way onto the music scene back in 2007. Since then, the former YouTube star has crafted his image and music into a vessel for undeniable queer expression. The new album is no exception, being described as an album about heartbreak, liberation, community, sisterhood, and friendship. Laura,
You know
I'm
what?
obsessed with it right now. On first listen, I did not care for it at all, but I love music, so I have to listen to it a few times, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
You're going to be very disappointed because I had never heard of him. However, hold on.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good.
But this is part of what I love of being a part of this show, because I'm also learning a lot about these musicians and, seeing them come from like YouTube and then
Yes.
get this big, but just seeing what he stands for, as well as like the way he created this album. He said it was about seeking connection, which is something that we all can identify with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always try to find more queer artists and tell queer stories. Because, like I said, I love music at all. But like, just even hearing him use certain pronouns, and I'm like, I like those pronouns too. And it's,
Yeah, that cover photo was really risque.
it was a little, I don't even know if we can show the full thing, but it was lovely. And it was a moment of pure queer joy, he said. So, yeah, definitely listen to it. Check it out. He talks about really unique queer experiences. He says it feels like a kiss on the dance floor.
Joy is definitely what I got from that photo, as well as just, like I said, just seeing him take also breakups and turn them into,
Yeah.
a different, just using art to be an outlet, to get over them.
Yeah.
So I love that.
So shout out Troy. We love you here at the Culture Report. And if any of you know someone that deserves the spotlight, we want to hear about it. So you can email us anytime, culturereport@9news.com. Right, so over the weekend, a new wax figure of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was unveiled at a museum in Paris. And some people think it needs a little work. Take a look. Some of these fans feel like the look-alike skin tone might be a little bit too light to be The Rock. Some say it definitely missed the mark on honoring the actor. The Rock himself said on social media that he called the museum to update the wax figure with some important details, including his skin color. This is something that is, I don't know why it's so hard.
Is there not a photo that you could have just like looked at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they did. I will say, I do think the feature, it looked like him, but I'm like, this man is tan as all get out. I mean, he is
really,
not
come on, it looked a little
Caucasian.
bit like Mr. Clean.
Oh, well, I mean, doesn't The
did.
Rock kind of give Mr. Clean vibe? We love The Rock here, but yeah, I was just like, you do better. And they did say, I will say, they did say, the museum said that they are getting their people on it, their best people on it, and they're about to get him nice and melanated. The melanin he deserves, Laura.
I don't know. This artist already has a history of sometimes, just not getting it quite right. Do you remember the Naomi Campbell one?
I'm
I can't believe this.
What is that?
And it's like all
Oh,
over the
Beyonce?
internet.
I don't
And
know
Beyonce,
who that is.
that one needed some retouching too. It was more giving, Lindsay Lohan looks.
Not Lindsay Lohan.
Or one with the blonde hair, maybe Britney Spears. I don't know, but definitely did not look like Beyonce.
It didn't give
before.
Beyonce. I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know if it's something that's a part of the culture. I don't know if someone just genuinely couldn't see. Maybe the lighting in the studio was off. I don't know why this is a trend. They need to.
Maybe replicating greatness is just not possible.
That
Jamal.
too. Maybe what replicate. Maybe they just thought. I mean, no, it always tickles me a little bit, but I'm glad they at least hopped, right on it and said, you know what, let's go ahead and fix this. So I respect them from that. So we'll see. Once they do the updated one, we'll make sure to put a little update in here and let's see. We'll see. Send them to the beach. Send them to the beach. Let them get a little sun.
I'm sure they'll be paying attention more.
Yeah. All right. Let's hop into our good news of the week.
For the second consecutive year, the NFL will celebrate international diversity this season with its NFL Heritage Program. It's an effort to acknowledge and emphasize the league's wide range of talent from across the globe. During weeks 7 and 8, over 300 players and coaches will take the field and sidelines displaying a flag decal that represents their cultural origins.
Oh, wow. And in California, there's now an Ebony Alert law. It's similar to the Amber Alert law, but it'll be used when black children or young black women go missing. The law will go into effect on the 1st of January next year. So I love that. I feel like it's far too often that, black women, black children, they go missing, and it's like, I don't see enough effort being put into finding them. So I really appreciate it.
It's similar to the Indigenous Alert that's out
Yes,
now, right?
in Colorado, I'm not sure if it's nationwide, but I know in Colorado we have an missing Indigenous peoples alert. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. And also I love that they'll be able to represent their heritage on their football helmets and on their gear.
They're trying to fix their Enya error from last year, too.
Oh, yeah. They said we're at the Enya FL.
And I do recall, they've been doing a lot of games in Mexico, too, and, different places, attracting, new audiences. I like that.
I love that, too.
Yeah.
And
wait, before we go, how was Beyonce? I know you've been dying to talk about that.
Y'all thought we forgot. I would never. It was lovely. My outfit was stunning. We had lovely seats. I had fun with my friends Kyra, Amari, and Corey. I ran into some friends. I got to go home to Houston. Oh, and we saw a lot of celebrities walking by. We saw Lizzo walk by. Can we say that? I saw Lizzo walk by. We saw Victoria Monet, Coco Jones, LaToya Luckett, who was a former Destiny's Child member, Latavia Robinson. It was a good time. Who was also another Destiny's Child member. We saw Jay-Z when he was sneaking out at the end. He thought we didn't see him, but we saw him.
I love that, Jamal. And the fact that you got to go see her at your home, that's awesome.
I know. It felt so good. We got the extended show, which I appreciate. We were supposed to go out after. We were like, okay, we're going to hit the Beyonce after party. We didn't even get out of the parking lot until 1 a.m. So the show didn't end until 12:30. And then, actually, no, that I lied. We didn't get out until 1:30, so, yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Glad you had a good time, though.
It was so lovely. It was such a great time, and I can't wait to do it again. And I will be seeing the Renaissance Tour film that's going to be in theaters on December 1st.
Wear your hat for that one.
I will be. I know. I want to wear it, but I feel like it'll distract people in the back. Oh, actually, no, I got back row seats, so I can wear it. I won't block anyone's view. Just you wait. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining this week's Culture Report. We'll be back to continue the conversation next Thursday right here on 9 News Plus and 9news.com.